If not, so we continue. Okay, so we continue with laws of Yom Tov. Next chapter, number 12. Next topic, kindling fire, ma'avir. Okay, and it says, since making fire is critical to preparation of food, the Melachah of ma'avir, kindling a fire, is permitted on Yom Tov because of the general permission to perform Melachah of Chol Nefesh. Okay. Right, so since the preparation of the food is permitted, so we are allowed to create fire, but as we're going to say further, it should not be a new flame. I mean, you can take fire from pre-existing flame. That's the idea. But kindling is permitted. You would not be allowed to extinguish, right? Because it's not for constructive purpose, but to make new fire, no problem. Okay, so continue. Part number 1. The principle of Mitoch. We actually learned about it, but okay. As we learned above, here we go, in chapter 3, the principle of Mitoch. The principle of Mitoch teaches that once the Torah permits certain Melachah on Yom Tov for the purposes of food preparation, the Torah also permitted it for other purposes of the day as well. As noted there, the principle does not apply to all Melachas. Okay, however, one of the Melachas to which it does apply is Melachah of kindling. Accordingly, it is permitted to kindle a fire on Yom Tov for the purposes unrelated to the food preparation, as long as it serves some other Yom Tov need, for example, to give light or heat. Kindling a fire not for a Yom Tov need is prohibited. Okay, so let's before we continue. So Mitoch, just to remind, we said since this is permitted, then this is also permitted. So a similar thing. Example that we gave, since we are allowed to boil water for tea, for soup, or whatever we do, right? So we allowed to heat up the water in your water heater. Meaning, if you need to wash your hands, to wash your face with warm water, so it would be under this permission of Mitoch, right? Since you're allowed to cook, same action to warm up the water, so it's, here you would be also allowed. So here, though there is saying does not apply to all of the Melachos, of course. So here we're saying that so since we are allowed to create fire for the purposes of cooking, so we're also allowed to create fire for Yom Tov need, but not for cooking. So an example would be for heat, right, or for light, or we're going to see for heat, for light, for candles, right? Also, we need to light candles for the next day, right? Or for example for Shabbos, so it would be allowed. Or now for Hanukkah is coming, right? So allowed to no, Hanukkah is not a good example. I apologize. Hanukkah is not an example. Okay, continue. Hanukkah is it's first you kindle before Shabbos. That's simple, and then after Shabbos you kindle after Shabbos. So there is no problem whatsoever. So here we're dealing with Yom Tov only. Okay. So continue. But as he said, last sentence, only for the Yom Tov needs. Okay. And Chol Nefesh, so discussed by our rabbis, is actually smoking, right? So smoking would be allowed according to to some opinions. And in olden days, I would say maybe 50 years ago and more, many people smoke, and especially even more than that, because there were lack of food, so people would want to eat, and they smoke, and somehow they feel satiated from just from smoking. Whatever. So many big rabbis actually smoked a lot. Right? Very interesting. So part number 2. So the smoking would be allowed on Yom Tov. Of course, you have to do it privately. You cannot put off the cigarettes. So when you finish, you just put it there. Should go off by itself, but it would be allowed.